One principal, two schools, two turnarounds, two entirely different strategies. When a school is becoming invisible to the community,
and I could see this school over the river that appeared to be drowning.
And a well-deserved retirement beckons.
During retirement, I had a lot of fun playing golf and doing other things.
What motivates a person to give up retirement, to take a school that many others wrote off, and create a dramatic turnaround?
Yes, look, the personal motive is exactly right. It was the challenge.
What kind of thinking does it take to see the potential in a school?
I found myself subconsciously saying that school's a gold mine.
And what type of person does it take to drive that transformational change and succeed?
And I felt that I could turn it around and that way contribute again to the state system. So I had a level of success and probably a level of self-belief coming out of that I carried through with me.
This is someone who knows. Meet Brian Rogers, Principal of Maribyrnong College. Extensive track record of successes creates an intriguing challenge for the Principal Conversations behavioural modelling team. With so many different skill sets related to as many different situations, the first task is determining where to even begin.
When we met Brian, we knew we had to find out more than just the basis of his leadership abilities. We also had to discern what was different in his psychology compared to other leaders who are less effective, and how to communicate those differences in a way that makes them learnable as a set of competencies. This involved the synthesis of a very large variety of psychological and behavioral models.
And just what did the behavioural modelling team discover? As our model comes together, clearly the first category of leadership competence is motivation.
What kind of motivation is required for someone to not only drive the transformational change of a school, but to willingly come out of a comfortable retirement to do so? But understanding the subtleties of this kind of motivation is crucial for any principal to develop the kind of psychology that's required to step into a leadership role, regardless of the challenges and constraints within their current situation.
The second category of leadership competency identified by our behavioural modelling team is Brian's ability to maintain a high level of confidence in his own abilities to drive transformational change.
In order for Brian to lead some dramatic changes, he needs to develop a strong sense of confidence within himself that he has the ability to achieve the results. That confidence he gains from drawing on past experiences.
A level of success and probably a level of self-belief coming out of that I carried through with me.
Another major facet to Brian's effectiveness as a leader to drive change is his capacity to stay empowered no matter what the situation. How does Brian empower himself? The first step, clearly, is he keeps things simple. A singular focus keeps him right on track.
It's a simple notion, but it's a statement that schools do stand for something. We do have rules, we do have levels of expectation, and we will enforce them. We're used to students being respectful. We respect them, they respect us. It's a very simple formula.
What's holding so many of Brian's competencies together is his very deep connection to his standards. It's his standards that drive his motivations. It's his standards that hold his levels of confidence together. And it's his standards that keep him empowered.
And in typical Brian Rogers style, you can turn your personal standards into a simple set of rules to follow for effective leadership actions.
And I'll put them in the order that I put when I came here. First of all, the school must look good. No matter what walk of life a parent comes from, rich, poor, whatever, their first impression of the school is physical. It's how the entrance looks, it's how the front gate looks, it's how the corridors look, it's how the painting, whatever. And so the school, in as far as the budget will allow it, must look as good as possible. And there's no limit to that. If you can find the money, you should keep doing something, because physical appearance is absolutely, well, it's the greatest factor in impressing a new customer. Once you get beyond that, you then have to make the students present well. And that's just not their uniform. They have to wear I made a statement here that we're going to have a good uniform. The third thing is the hardest thing to achieve and the longest part of the journey, and that's staff getting results.
Motivation, confidence, self-empowerment and personal standards. So how do all of these 4 elements come together in a way that can be helpful for you in your school?